Morning, everyone. I'm Belinda with Just Be Yoga, and welcome to our first Thursday morning Tai Chi and Qigong class. I'm really excited to be able to share an art form and practice that's been a part of my life for, 2 decades. And it's something that's really accessible. So we won't be getting up and down off of the floor. Please, if you're coming in, go ahead and make a comment and let me know that you're here. If you have questions, I'm happy to try to answer them. And we will make our way week by week, contributing to one another. As far as like how deep we take certain things, and maybe you guys get to direct me on the direction that you'd like to take with this class. So welcome and come on in. This is a very accessible form of movement. So feel free. I'm actually going to bring a chair out and have it available and use it as a guide, as a tool occasionally. Okay. So you can either be sitting in a chair or you can be standing. All right. If you are sitting in a chair, please go ahead and sit a little close to the edge so that your core is holding your spine upright. All right. Reasons for using a chair. Perhaps you have some knee issues or your legs get fatigued. You could even have the chair nearby and just hold it occasionally. We're going to start our practice standing, and just stand upright or find your way sitting. Let's not bend any knees yet. And as we're standing, let's bring the left hand to the belly, right hand on top if you identify as female. Right hand on the belly, left hand on top if you identify as male. And let's invite some abdominal breaths, feeling ourselves standing in our bodies, feeling the life force that is within us, or chi. Gong means exercise, so Qigong are exercises to work our life force energy. We'll take some time finding some quietude and stillness to feel the pulse and flow of our own inner energy. Relax the muscles in your tummy. Eyes open or closed. If they are open, allow your eyelids to remain relaxed. Lightly touch the roof of the mouth with the tip of the tongue, but keep the back of the tongue hanging heavy, jaw hanging a bit. Your lips can be together or slightly parted. Try to loosen the joints in your knees and ankles. So we're here to connect and feel our life force energy and move it and exercise it for an even flow and balance of that energy within us. Tai Chi is a practice that helps us feel the balance of force and non-force within us. So within movements that we're doing in Tai Chi exercises, we'll be trying to find the even balance between forward and back, shifting up and down, side and side. So we'll start to look at the imbalances of energy within us. So I'm going to invite us now to either remain sitting, or if we're standing, we're going to turn sideways to give a slight bend in the knees. Now, you could be having feet with shoes on or off. If you are wearing shoes, try not to have a super high lift, like running or exercise shoes. If you can have a flat-soled shoe so that you can feel the earth and feel your connection. Of course, if you need an orthotic or arch supports, please use the shoes that give you the support that you need. All right, so my feet are a little separated, not super wide. I'm going to turn sideways again and have a slight bend for my horse. Now, if you practice yoga, this might feel like the chair pose, but it should be even more subtle. So a slight bend. Notice here, I don't have my back leaning backward. I'm actually going to bring it forward just a bit, arms dangling. So let's feel the even flow of energy going up and down in our bodies, the legs that are rooting downward. And feel now, what is that energy that is compelling the upper body to lift up through the top of the head, arms dangling? So this is our horse stance. And so this is the thing that we probably wouldn't be working as much if we were sitting. And that's quite all right. Let's work with what our bodies can do, not force. So the horse can be contraindicated for any knee issues and sometimes hip issues. Try to notice where the weight is in your feet. Is it all the way back in your heels? Can you bring some of that weight forward a bit? Is it all the way forward in your toes? Can you settle yourselves over your arches? So maybe start to play with shifting forward and back a little and noticing the muscles in your feet and your ankles. And can energy flow through that area, or is it tense and tight? Nothing is going to happen overnight. We're just awakening ourselves to noticing. So try to bring your weight evenly over the arches of your feet. Abdomen breathing, arms hanging, insubstantial in the arms, substantial in the rest of the body to hold itself. Eyelids relaxed, lightly touching the roof of the mouth with the tip of the tongue. Good. Now let's breathe in as we sweep the arms up and start to straighten the legs. Hold an imaginary ball above your head. Good. Exhale, bend the knees and carry the ball down with you. Can you keep the fingers relaxed, the wrists and the shoulders? Breathe in and start to feel, are my legs in a rush faster than my arms? Exhale, bringing ourselves back down. Slow and gentle, start to notice, are you bending your knees very deep? Can we be subtle and feel the subtle flow of energy just beneath the surface of our skin? Maybe look up, nothing tense. Soften and let go. Feel the earth heaviness in the legs, in our bones. Feel the heavenly sky light energy within us. Soften your wrists. Let the body just take the form as gently as it can. Soften your shoulders. Relax the muscles on your face. If you'd like to do another, let's do another. So if we're sitting, just do the arms and maybe encourage your chest and your waist to feel that lengthening. And we'll come back here, placing the palms to the belly. And let's just do a slow rubbing of a circle, rubbing in the warmth of this energy of our chi, feeling our inner heat growing, moving, circulating. Breathe in and then exhale, press down, swiping in the body and straighten the legs. Wonderful. And we can do this seated. Let's just let the wrists go. So, can you soften all of the flesh in your wrists? Can you feel the space in the bones in your wrists and your fingers? Trying to untighten all of the clenched spaces that we've been holding. Notice your breath. You can do this slowly. You can do this one at a time. Now I'm going to start to shake from the forearms down. Like you're flicking water, right? From we were washing the dishes or we were outside and our hands got wet and we don't have a towel. And just flick, fling. See if you can notice the muscles in between your radius and your ulna, the two bones in your arms. Can you feel the muscles there shaking around your bones? Now, let's see if we can do it from the upper arm down. If you continue to join with us for these classes, you'll start to learn that letting go is the muscle that we're learning to connect with the most. If there was a let go muscle, we're learning how to let go. Can you let the weight of your arms fling, relaxing the joint in the shoulders? Now I'm going a little lighter on this arm. I have a very old rotator cuff injury in that shoulder. So I try to not flick it so hard that it exacerbates any of that pain. But it doesn't prevent me from trying to let go in the elbows. Now some of you may be noticing that my waist is moving. If you continue to come with us, you will start to learn a little deeper about a center core of our center chi called the dantian. And the dantian is where we move from most of all. All right, I'm going to try to keep coming here because this is really feeling good. Starting to let go a little bit with that agitation up in the upper neck and the shoulders. Now, this next one would be difficult to do in a chair, all right? So if you can stand for this, feel free. Otherwise, skip it or just stay working the arms while you're sitting. But we're going to twist and let the arms strike the body. Some of you may have come to some of my chakra flow yoga classes, and you might say, hey, you do this there. I thought that was a yoga class. Please know that in many regions in the East, yoga does not just refer to the Hindu yoga that we speak of. Yoga means a connective tissue exercise. So some of these practices I like to integrate so that we can also become less rigid about our understanding when it comes to the differences between different kinds of yogas. All right. When we're doing this exercise, see if you can let your arms just strike the body lightly. Keep the upper body relaxed, the neck, your jaw. Can you allow the tops of your wrists or the backs of your hands to gently strike your kidney area? Breath. Keep your abdomen relaxed and allow a slight percussive stimulation of your organs. Maybe in the twisting of your waist. If you relax the flesh in the waist, you may feel some of your own organs getting this wonderful massaging, detoxifying, twisting. And I love to practice my let go muscles and just allow the arms to come to a halt on their own. I'm going to come back now to the horse. So if you stood for that and you're like, oh, that horse business, go ahead and come back down to sitting. So just a slight bend. Let's double check again, since this is new for many of us, that our weight is not back in the heels, that it's settled evenly over the feet, drawing upward through the top of the head. We'll hold our ball, fingertips facing one another, elbows and armpits relaxed. And we'll turn the waist to the right, carrying the ball with us. And back to center. Slowly turn the waist to the left and come back to center. Before we do that again, I want us to try to really adopt less being more. So check in with yourself. If your upper body is a cylinder, stop when the low waist stops. You'll start to learn that oftentimes we're doing a lot with our arms and our shoulders, bringing all of that stress and exertion up there. So let's try to adopt less being more. Subtle. Relax the abdomen, relax your jaw. And we will turn and turn. As you're moving, start to feel the stoppage. Start to feel the beginnings. And can we allow now to have what is ending begin and what begins to end? So that the stop of the turn is merely a transition into beginning. Notice where your eyes are going. Can you allow your gaze to remain neutral? Eyelids heavy, palate and mouth soft, arms heavy but suspended, fingers and wrists relaxed. Slow down. Sink into the earth and rise to the heavens through the top of your head, our heavenly gate. Perhaps you're noticing some heat or a glow starting to emanate from your body. Is it flowing evenly? Or are you noticing only certain regions of the body or one limb and not the other? Starting to feel whether our energy is balanced or a little out of balance. And we'll press down and come up and out. My Shifu, and Shifu is your teacher, often told me that we don't gain or lose chi in our lifetime. We have the same amount of chi, but we do have roadblocks or barricades along the way that deplete the flow into certain regions of the body. An incorrect or faulty flow of chi can be seen as the cause of many maladies and diseases or illnesses within the body. So we want to encourage as best we can the best flow of energy. It is not blood circulation, but if you need to think about it in terms of circulation, we want as free and even and balanced of a flow of that chi blood through us as possible. Alrighty, I'm going to do a little bit more that's going to be movement and heat building, and then I'll do the rest sitting, but you could remain standing just so that I am giving some attention to those who are joining us in a seated space. All right, I'm going to turn sideways, and we're going to have our horse. Now I'm just going to turn this way to get us started. We're going to shift. Remember what I said about the equilibrium of energies, substantial and insubstantial. I don't want to say positive or negative because we put positive and negative connotations to it. And I don't want to say big or small or force and non-force, because again, we put character judgments. So substantial and insubstantial. Right now, I would say that my weight is equal, substantial in both legs. Now I'm going to shift some of my weight into what is my left leg. It may look like my right to you. And I'm going to shift some of my weight into my right. Notice I'm trying to keep my upper body upright, and I'm shifting and shifting. So let's play with this, exploring shifting substantial energy and insubstantial. Relax your feet and your ankles. Relax your abdomen and your pelvic floor. Arms heavy, chin slightly lowered, gaze relaxed, lifting through the top of the head gently. Now feel the whole surface of the sole of both feet. Are you noticing the weight more pronounced in certain areas of your feet? Could you try to adjust to have more pressure on areas that are feeling insubstantial? Don't let go of the breath as we start to think a little. Soon, if you continue to apply yourself in some of these exercises, we're developing muscle memory and not mental exertion. So there will be less thinking and more being. Now, let's start to feel out. Say, shifting the weight 60-40, and then over again 60-40, meaning the ratio of the amount of weight that we are letting shift into leg to leg. Can you feel the transition toward 50-50? Can you feel the transition to 59-41? Breath as we're shifting. Breath as you start to feel the gradual nature of transference. Now, feel the muscles in your calves and your shins. Are they overworking or are they letting go? Abdominal breath. I'm going to come to center. Bring my palms up by my waist, palms down, as though I had my hands on a table and I was getting ready to stand up. And I will push down on the imaginary table and stand up. Feel free to shake your legs out. Some of you may have been feeling like, hey, that really felt like some work in my legs. Maybe you start to encounter boredom or frustration, and we get to look at all of that and let go of that as well, and start to notice what truly is right here. I failed to say that you could have done this standing and hold a chair, because we can't do the shifting while sitting. Okay. So again, if you do need a chair, feel free to hold that or a wall. I'm going to stand freestanding and come to the toe and rotate the ankle. Now this is where shoes might actually feel better. I'm going to turn sideways so that you can see this as well. I've got my toe down and I'm pressing the heel out back and around and forward, stretching the top of that foot. Fluid range of movement, seeing if I can apply even pressure around, feeling the tendons and the sinews in my feet and my ankles, remaining connected to the chi flow in my breath, changing direction. Slow is the name of the game. This is not about speed. More is not better. Feel heat gradually and slowly building. It can be a gentle glow of warmth. And now I'm going to come to the other leg. So maybe go to the other side of your chair, or maybe hold a wall with the other arm. And I'm going to find this ankle. Now, possibly on this camera you cannot tell, but this left ankle has such a greater range of movement. I can I can lay completely down on its side. I can stand on that side. But this right ankle, because of so many injuries over a lifetime, has limitation. But I get to practice my forgiveness and encouraging its maximum range of movement for the duration of my stay on the planet. Because just because it has some limitation doesn't mean that it can't find some freedom. Change direction. Abdominal breath. Face relaxed. Just had to slow myself down there. I had sped up because I'm talking as well. And let that go. Okay. This is the last bit standing. And then, as I said, we would do the remainder sitting. This is a 45-minute class, just so that you know that it will not be going all the way to 10:30. We'll be pausing at 10:15, and I'll close out this stream and open the stream for our home yoga practice at 10:30. All right. So we're going to find our horse. I'm going to move this out of the way. Shifting to the right leg and the left. Feel your upright energy starting to take the weight out of your legs. Subtle. It's not going to go away completely. We are standing and gravity does exist. And then I'm going to come to the right leg and lift my left leg. You might want to hold on to something. Bring that down. Shift. Root down in that left leg. And when you feel stable, start to ask this right leg to lift. Breath. And bring that down. Horse. Coming up and out. We will try to remain in the horse in the standing leg. Shifting into the right. Upright energy through the top of the head. Staying bent in the right leg. Lifting the left. Extend the heel. Bring it back. Place it down. Shift into the left. Please remember to breathe. Rooting and lifting the right. Extending. Pull that knee back up. Place it down. Good. Let's continue. Shift right. Lift. Bring it down. Extend. Back up and place. Shift with the same attentive, calm nature that we cultivated earlier. Root. lifting the knee, calm breath, heel, knee, and down. Come to an even space. Feel your breath. Relax your face. Feel the heavenly energies lifting you. Everything that's light within you, helping lift the weight off of everything that's heavy. And we'll come up and out. Okay, I'm going to add now a tiny sequence. Sinking into the horse. Holding our ball, arms heavy. Holding this circle of energy, arms heavy and suspended. Feel both of those energies. Notice if you're feeling any contradictory nature about that. Heavy and insubstantial. And yet it is supported. Waist turn and waist turn from that area I called our dantian. Waist turn and waist turn. Good, and back to center. Let's rest the arms, let them hang, fingers heavy, wrists heavy. Shift into the right, lift the left, extend the heel, place the heel down, and shift forward, shift back. Feel the back leg becoming substantial, the front leg becoming insubstantial, shift, becoming more substantial and less, and shift. And shift. Try not to let that knee go past the toe, and shift. Same deal here, pulling the butt back. I'm going to lift that leg, bring the knee up, and bring it down. Shift into the left. Check your breath. Smooth and even. Lifting the right. Extending. Less is more. You don't have to lift the leg high. Place the foot down. Trust the earth. You're in it. You're safe. And shift. And shift. How smooth can you transition and be in the spaces between the extremes? Lighten up the energy in your own flesh. Loosen your grip on yourselves. Lifting, knee, placing it down. Press down, come up and out. If you can remember your hand placement, if you identify as female, left palm on the belly, right palm on top. Other. Let's rub in that heat. Maybe you're feeling a little glisten. Relax the abdomen. We're just starting to learn how to let go and find strength in letting go. Breath in, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale, exhale. The next set you can do standing, but I said that I wanted to show that you could do this sitting because it's mostly going to be involving the upper body, and we don't have to be in a horse. So I'm going to sit, I'm going to turn sideways a little bit, with my feet flat, knees over the heels, sitting close toward the front of the seat, not with my back up against the chair. Same concepts, however. Principles. Chin is slightly tilted downward, so that the back of the neck is lifting up, top of the head lifting. Relax your abdomen. Good. We're going to work the arms and the hands. So I'm going to breathe in, elbows remaining bent. I'm only lifting my wrists as high as my chest and lower. And then relax the fingers and the wrists. Breath in, breath out. Breath in. What is the least amount of physical exertion that you can employ? Can you feel your arms floating up on a cloud of energy? Subtle, patient, upper arms heavy, elbows insubstantial. So much so that you start to question, what is making these arms move? And then I'm going to hold right here. Elbows are soft, wrists are soft, wrist rotations. Try not to tense the muscles in your fingers and your wrists. Remember, you could also be doing this standing in your horse stance or just standing. If you are, maybe start to pay attention to how much weight is in your left leg or your right. Sometimes shifting helps us reset. Slow it down and explore range of movement. How expressive can we be? Flare the fingers. I've changed direction now. Breath. And even as we find expression in the digits, can you remain soft? If your shoulders are fatiguing, lower the arms a little. Let the breath flow through the tension. Now I'm going to let my wrists face one another. Notice how the elbows are still bent, but I'm not hiking them. Still want those elbows nice and low. I'm going to widen my legs a little here. It's easier to do this standing so that my wrists are down closer toward my low abdomen. And I'm going to breathe in and press out, breathing out. Breathing in. Feel the rise through the entire spine, subtle lift. Exhale. Remember, if your shoulders are starting to feel tense, lower the arms. Do less. Continue to go with the flow, but do less. Let the flow of your current start to take you. Be there, but don't be there. I'm going to change direction now. Continual flow. Feel the spaces where there are stoppages or a staggering kind of tick-tock nature. And ask yourself, can I just flow through that? Maybe envision water flowing around a rock or some obstacle in a stream. Be the water and let your spine be that upward lift of air reaching up toward the atmosphere, toward the heavens, arms heavy and empty. And we'll hold here. I'm just going to bring my legs back in. And we'll hold that ball, but this time have the palms facing one another. Very center of your palm, facing as though they were holding a rod right at that very same spot. Okay? Some of you may wish to actually look up Tai Chi ruler, like a ruler for measurement, but it isn't. And it has a rounded beveled edge on the side. I don't know where mine is. And it is used for various Tai Chi and Qigong practices. That point is called Lao Gong, and it is a flow point of Qi in our palms for an exit and an entry. So it's as though we're plugging them in toward one another, completing this circle. I'm going to relax my elbows here, and we'll breathe in and expand our ball, and breathe out. Relax your fingers and your wrists. Breath in, breath out. Now see if you can allow your arms and your breath to breathe and move as one. If there is air pressing out, the arms still move. If there is air starting to expand and continuing to inflate us, feel the inflation. Don't force. Heavy and empty at the same time. Substantial and insubstantial at the same time. Beautiful. I'll bring my hands down here. The last bit before we close out is going to be a percussive gong that I particularly like for ending my practice. I'm going to take my glasses off. And I'm going to start it sitting, but I'm going to try to demonstrate it seated as well as standing. First, we'll make what's considered a Tai Chi fist. Okay? I like to say, imagine you're holding a toilet paper roll in your hand, so it's not a clenched fist. Cup. See if you can make that cuppy sound. Right? It's fun. And we're going to maintain that. And I'm going to take that and come down to my ankles. Remember, I'm going to start off demonstrating this sitting, but we can do this standing. I'm going to come to the ankles and lightly try to make that cupping sound with a light strike up and down the lower leg. Try to relax the flesh in the legs while allowing this percussive vibration to start to permeate through the flesh into your bones. Shaking out that energy that no longer serves us. I'm going to come to standing now. I'm going to bend and do the same thing. Breath. Relax the arms and the shoulders. Good. Let's come on up past the knee to the upper leg. Into the center of your buttock. Be gentle around the knee joint. You can skip it all together. Try to loosen your thigh flesh. Now, if you do the next part seated, you may need to widen your legs a little bit. Same for standing, but maybe less so. I'm going to demonstrate it sitting first. We're going to take the inside of our wrists and come inside of the legs, down at the ankles. Now, you could alternate as well. Woo! Feeling my calf muscles. Let's start to agitate, shake, vibrate, letting whatever's stuck get unclogged and dissipate. Arms heavy, spine heavy. And then inner thighs. When we're coming up here, of course, be mindful of your genital area. You don't want to hurt anything. Come as high as you can. Continue there, and I will show standing. Now I'm going to go all the way down and all the way up. You're hearing that cupping sound. Of course, it gets muffled with the fabric sometimes. Good. All right. Now, from sitting, we'll have a flat palm and we'll pat the tummy up to the chest. Because of time, I'm going to skip a couple of pieces. Of course, the same here. Relax the flesh in around your organs so that you're feeling that light agitation, maybe a slight little sensitivity of our organs. Maybe feel the air in your chest kind of being forced out with that light percussive push. In the back to the light cup fist. On the kidneys. All right. I'm not going to do the ringing exercise, but we will complete the rest of the body on the upper body. So, upper arm, let the arm dangle. Doing the top of the forearm, top of the wrist, flip, and the underside. And then up the bicep. You can come as high up the shoulder as you like. And then rotate and come down the arm again. Breath. Feel that stimulation, that vibrational glow that's starting to amplify from all of that activation. Other side. Try to make your cupping sound. It's fun to do with kids too. Now you want this to be gentle, not wanting to leave any marks on yourself. This is a gentle stimulation through the skin, through the fascia layer, and into the fibers of the muscle sinews. I'm going to do the last bit coming up closer to you all. I'm going to take my index finger and thumb, and I'm going to bring the thumb under this jawbone and bring the finger on the side of the mandible. So I've got the bone itself pinched between my fingers. And I'm going to pinch and slide down and flick. Again. I want to feel that pinchy, stingy sensation. Ooh. You might even feel some salivary activation. I'm going to take my index finger, this part of the index finger, I'm going to press it into this channel in the sinus cavities right here, and press and rotate. Not a good look, I know, but it actually can feel really good. Breathe. You might start to feel some clearing of the channels. And we're going to breathe in, exhale, pressing into the face, swiping out. Really press. Breath in and out. Again, I am cutting some of this short just because of time. I'm going to take the thumbs and press it upward along that upper ridge of the bones of your eyebrows. Feel that nerve bundle nodule where the eyebrow meets. Maybe massage it with your thumbs a little. Breath. Exhale, I'm going to swipe up and over the whole eye socket, the upper eye socket, and flick. Ooh, don't see stars. Let's do that again. Breath in. Exhale out and around. Got it. Right fist, left open palm. I'm Belinda, and this has been our Just Be Yoga Tai Chi Qigong on Thursday morning. I hope that you'll join us again next week. Hit this on replay anytime between now and then so that you can start to practice some of these, and we will build on some new principles next week, as well as continue to practice these. Rooting, letting go and emptiness, insubstantial and substantial. I said the emptiness, and next week maybe we'll start to work spiraling. We've worked from our feet and our ankles into the strength of our legs. We've stimulated some of our organs. We've worked a little bit with some qi and our dantian. It has been my honor to share energy with you all. Please do start to get accustomed to writing into the comments so that I know that you're here. I know that maybe you're feeling like it's live and you don't want to interrupt. Let's treat this just as though we were in a studio environment together. So interact. If you're here live, let's use up all of the full benefit of being live with one another. All right. It's my deep pleasure to share with you. If you enjoy what you've seen here, please feel free to share our videos. And as always, we gratefully accept any donation you wish to give. PayPal.me/justbeyoga. We do have a full Tai Chi form class starting this Saturday. It is a Zoom experience. You will receive a Tai Chi manual, and it's for 6 weeks to learn, I would say, about the first quarter of the Chenmen Qing short yang form. The difference between form and what we've done here today is that you will memorize a sequence of movements that will go the same all the time. Okay, so we're going to memorize the flow and the steps and the movements of the Chenmen Qing short yang form. I do still have a few spots available. This class complements a lot of the theory that you are learning in our Tai Chi class here on Thursdays, but it is not a requirement for you to join. I'm just mentioning in case you wish to learn form at some point. Peace.